closing your tapping session. You can finish your tapping session at any time. Maybe you run out of time, or maybe you just feel like you want to stop. Or maybe you've cleared as much as you want to for today. So there are some finishing steps to take at this point. It's really important to do this brief exercise to ensure that you don't leave anything open that might be troubling or distracting to you between now and the next time that you choose to do some DIY tapping work. If you feel that you're relaxed and the session was complete, you don't need to do this exercise at all. It is important, however, to note any results that occurred in your DIY tapping journal and or to jot down any new learning points or aha moments from your session. Noting your work in your DIY tapping journal will help you keep track of results so that you can see the clearing you did and any successes, big or small. People often get frustrated with tapping and they feel that they're not making progress because their issue is not completely 100% resolved. It's a real all or nothing perspective. When you keep track of your progress, you'll get to see those incremental shifts that add up to big changes. Some issues take time. Most issues take persistence. Tapping does work, but it is not usually a one-minute wonder. Remember that clearing out your issues is most often a process rather than a one-time thing. It's often like peeling away the layers of an onion. So you just keep doing rounds and rounds of tapping and you feel those layers dissolve. Sometimes when an issue seems to come back, it may just be a deeper layer of it and an opportunity to clear or resolve more so that you can achieve an even deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. So if you do need to finish a session before the issue has been fully cleared for whatever reason, and you have a sense that it's kind of open, write that down in your DIY tapping journal or highlight it on your DIY tapping worksheet so that you can go back to it and do the session closing exercise. The main points of it I'm going to walk you through right now, but there's a full script of it and an audio version that you can listen to if you prefer that format, but I just want to explain what it is to you right here. So basically in the exercise, you notice what's left about the issue that you're working on, and you don't dwell on the story. You just have an awareness that, oh, okay, there's still some of this story left. And it's helpful to name it with a little title. You're kind of creating some distance from it. Then you imagine an empty box or container that would fit your issue. You put everything in there that's still left, and you just put it in the container. And then you notice the actual container or box, and you tune into what it looks like, and you find, how do you describe it? What color is it? What texture? What's it made of? What size is it? And then you think about where you want to put it. Where do you want to place that container? Do you want to put it in China? Do you want to put it on the moon? Do you want to put it buried under a tree? So then after that, you create a setup statement, and you're going to tap with that information. So even though I have this dark gray box in Australia made of metal, I deeply, completely in love and accept myself. Basically, you use the same or similar words in your reminder phrases that you just did. You keep it nice and simple. So be sure that you don't go into the story at all. You're staying focused on that box or container. So then basically you'll be tapping and tapping until the box changes its attributes. Sometimes this happens after each tapping round. So you continue on until you have an awareness that it's safe and comfortable for you to leave the box wherever it is. And this can happen quite quickly. So you close by tapping through your points with statements such as the following. If any of these don't feel right or they trigger you in some way, don't use those statements. Just choose the ones that feel right for you. So some of those statements include, I choose to know that I'm happy and safe. It's okay to deal with this at a later time. Or I've cleared as much as I needed to today. I'm okay right here in this moment. I can continue on with my day-to-day. It's okay that there's some work left to do on this. I have a choice when and if I want to look at this again. So after you do that, then you take a really deep breath and you let all of that go. You become aware of your body and you come back, and then you are really finished with your session. Congratulations on completing the steps. You have just completed learning the basics of the 8-step DIY tapping system. You now have a powerful tool at your fingertips to help you feel better anytime, anywhere. Remember that this is just the beginning. As with learning anything new, it may feel a bit clunky at first as you work through all the steps. But rest assured that with practice and persistence, you'll quickly and easily get better and better at using the system. Once you run through it just a few times, it'll become easier and it will have a real natural flow. I also recommend continuing to learn about tapping since there's so much more to it than I can cover just in this very basic program.